Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come out in today's reading for you. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through with the cards that come out in today's reading for you. So the first card we have is the Empress. We have some Venus energy with this. You could be dealing with a Taurus or even a Libra. And we have the Two of Pentacles. And the Six of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So the Seven of Wands showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of someone who's really, you do feel like there's a guard that's coming down. There's a sense of being in a space where somebody no longer wants to fight or they want to diffuse tension. I do feel like with the Seven of Wands showing up over here, this feels like the situation also being one that feels like things are getting easier. It feels like things are there's a sense of peace being brought into the situation, even the outlook of things. I do feel like with the Empress card showing up over here, this does feel like a strong desire to be able to have something with you that is going to be one that turns into something real, something that's going to go the distance, something that has growth and expansion when it comes to anything you are creating. I do feel like this person is very drawn to you, very attracted to you, and I do feel like it's in a lot of various ways as far as not just the physical or the exterior appearance. This feels like also being in a space where they are drawn to you for internal qualities like your heart. And I do feel like with this Empress card showing up over here, they want to nurture a connection with you. I do feel like with the Two of Pentacles showing up over here though, this energy does feel quite busy. It feels like a sense of being in a period where things feel very busy or there's a lot going on. It may even feel a little bit overwhelming. This does feel like a sense of kind of trying to juggle a lot of things at the same time, but still trying to be able to show up for this connection or show up in a way that makes this connection a priority so that this person doesn't feel neglected or left out. But I do feel like there could be a lot going on right now. And with the Six of Wands showing up over here, this energy does feel like a sense of having a very busy period right now or being surrounded by a lot of people. I do feel like with the Six of Wands showing up over here, this feels like an energy of trying to get your attention amidst a lot of people. Or you may be in the space where it's like you're trying to get someone's attention, but they are amidst a lot of people or they are very busy at this time. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Page of Wands. And we have the High Priestess in the reverse. With the High Priestess showing up in the reverse, we do have some Cancer energy. You could be dealing with a Cancer. And we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the Four of Pentacles. So with the Four of Pentacles showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like an energy of kind of coming across a bit guarded. It does feel like a very cautious energy as well. There's like a sense of being very reluctant to open up or kind of being in a space where things are being taken quite slowly when it comes to being able to open up and to share with you. Do you feel like with this Four of Pentacles showing up over here, this energy does also feel like kind of being in a space where somebody is very much in their head or they are very much in their feelings, but in a way that's like causing them a lot of hesitation or fear. And I do feel like it's also leading to them kind of shutting down or kind of really being quite cautious and moving quite slowly. And I do feel like with the Page of Wands showing up over here, this energy does feel like having a lot of excitement when it comes to the way a person feels in this connection towards you. I do feel like they feel very excited about the potential of the connection. They're very attracted to you with the Empress card showing up over here. I do feel like with the Page of Wands showing up over here, this feels like an energy of also kind of having a bit of a very excited energy or feel towards things with you. But do you feel like on an emotional level, this person may be experiencing a lot of emotions that feel like they are in a space where they are very excited, but at the same time they may be a little bit afraid of those feelings. I do feel like with the Page of Wands from up over here, this energy does feel like on an emotional level, this person may be a little bit immature. I do feel like in the sense that they may not know what to do with their emotions or how to navigate them in this connection with you. I do feel like with the High Priestess though in the reverse, this feels like an energy of really expressing something that you may have been trying to keep in, but with the High Priestess showing up in the reverse, this feels like not being able to hold something in that you are expressing. And do you feel like with this High Priestess card showing up over here, this energy almost feels like kind of a loss of control, but it does feel like being able to have a very transparent energy with being able to share what you've been trying to keep in. I do feel like with the High Priestess card showing up here in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of also being in a space where your intuition may be telling you a lot about this connection or right now about things. And I do feel like with this High Priestess card showing up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of kind of being very busy and kind of not really taking into consideration what your intuition is telling you. But I do feel like your intuition is on point. With this High Priestess card showing up in the reverse, this energy does feel spiritual. So I do also feel like there's a sense of, at this time, being able to take time out for making space for your spirituality being something that is also working in your favor. Do you feel like this sense of being able to experience a sense of divine protection? I do feel like with the Four of Swords showing up in the reverse though, this does feel like an energy of someone who is reaching out to you or who is communicating something to you. It may feel like there's been what may have felt like a sense of standstill within the communication, but I do feel like this person being in a space where they're ready to be able to express something, or there may be a readiness for a conversation that feels like it's been long overdue. With the Seven of Wands showing up over here, this also feels like being in a space where the energy or the tensions feels like it's diffusing, and it feels like it's the right time to be able to kind of clear something up in this connection. I do feel like with the Four of Swords showing up over here, it feels like that happening through communication. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Flirt card. We have the Heart-to-Heart Conversations card. And we have the Romantic Feelings card. So with the Flirt card showing up over here, I do feel like this does feel like having a light-hearted energy in the interactions with this person or from this person. I do feel like with this Page of Wands card showing up over here, it does feel like having a lot of emotions, and it does feel like even potentially pretty strong emotions towards the connection or towards you. And I do feel like this person kind of playing it off in a way that feels very smooth, it feels very light-hearted. But I do feel like being able to have enjoyable interactions with this person that are representing this person's feelings. I do feel like with the Heart-to-Heart Conversations card showing up over here though, this does feel like an energy of being able to have communication with this person. You may be hearing from this person, or there may be actually a sense of being able to have your conversations being something that is turning more serious in this connection. I do feel like with the Four of Swords showing up over here, this energy feels like a sense of readiness for being able to take things to that next level. I do get that with the Romantic Feelings card showing up over here. This does feel like a sense of this person being in a space where they are feeling like there's a desire to be able to explore your connection on a deeper level. I do feel like with the Four of Pentacles, it does feel like the sense this person kind of being in a space where it's like they are someone who moves quite cautiously typically, but I do feel like with this romantic feelings card showing up over here that there is something here, and I do feel like you have an effect on this person emotionally. And I do feel like with this romantic Venus card showing up over here, this feels like a desire to explore that. And I do feel like with the Seven of Wands showing up over here, it also feels like this person kind of softening in this connection with you, and even in the way that they are approaching things, handling things, or even presenting themselves, because they have a lot of feelings for you. I do feel like there's a lot of there are a lot of deeper feelings involved here than what has been what you may realize, but I do feel like this person takes this connection very seriously. And I do feel like with the Four of Swords showing up over here, this person may be reaching out, so this person may be trying to get your attention, and also a conversation may be something that may lead to a conversation that's leading to something more. So those are the messages that I'm getting with these cards for you, Scorpio, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Scorpio.